Imagine you're walking through a forest 20,000 years ago. You spot a pile of sweet fruit lying on the ground. You're hungry, so you eat it. A few minutes later, something feels strange. You're laughing more, walking differently. The world seems a little different. Without knowing it, you may have just become the first human to get drunk. But here's the crazy part. Alcohol might be older than civilization itself. Some scientists even think beer may have helped create the modern world. So how did ancient humans discover alcohol? And why did they keep drinking it? Let's go back to the very beginning. Long before humans built cities, nature was already making alcohol. Whenever fruit falls from a tree and begins to rot, wild yeast starts feeding on the sugars inside it. This creates alcohol naturally. No factories, no breweries, no recipes, just fruit and time. Ancient humans likely encountered fermented fruit regularly. One day, someone ate too much of it. Suddenly they felt relaxed, happy, maybe even fearless. Imagine trying to explain that feeling when language itself was still primitive. For ancient humans, it probably seemed like magic. The monkey theory. Scientists have noticed that many animals actively seek out fermented fruit. Monkeys do it. Elephants do it. Birds do it. Even today, some animals accidentally get drunk. This led researchers to a fascinating idea. What if our attraction to alcohol didn't start with humans? What if it began millions of years earlier with our ancient primate ancestors? Some scientists believe early primates evolved to recognize the smell of alcohol because it helped them find ripe, calorie-rich fruit. In other words, your ability to enjoy alcohol today may have started before humans even existed. For thousands of years, alcohol was probably discovered by accident. Then something changed. Humans learned how to make it on purpose. And that's when history took a surprising turn. Around 9,000 years ago, people living in what is now China mixed rice, honey, and fruit inside clay pots. They left the mixture sitting. Days passed, then weeks. Eventually, fermentation transformed it into alcohol. These ancient people had created one of the world's first known alcoholic beverages. This wasn't an accident anymore. This was technology. Humanity had learned a new skill. Now comes one of the most controversial ideas in archaeology. Most people think humans started farming because they needed more food. Makes sense, right? But some researchers have suggested another possibility. What if people wanted grain partly to make beer? Think about that. For generations, humans wandered as hunter-gatherers. Then suddenly they began planting fields, building villages, staying in one place. Why? Food was certainly important. But some historians wonder if large communal feasts and alcohol played a role too. Imagine an ancient village gathering, music, dancing, food, and a primitive form of beer. That social experience may have encouraged people to settle down together. It's impossible to know for sure, but it's a fascinating possibility. Once humans learned fermentation, there was no turning back. Alcohol spread everywhere. In ancient Mesopotamia, people brewed beer by the thousands of gallons. Workers were often paid with it. Imagine receiving your paycheck in beer. In ancient Egypt, beer became so important that even pyramid builders drank it. Some workers received daily beer rations. For many people, it wasn't just a luxury. It was part of life. Kings drank it. Farmers drank it. Builders drank it. Everyone drank it. Ancient people didn't just enjoy alcohol. Many believed it had supernatural power. In some cultures, alcohol was offered to gods. In others, it was used during sacred ceremonies. People believed it could connect them with spirits, ancestors, or divine forces. Imagine entering a massive temple thousands of years ago. Candles flickering, priests chanting, and special fermented drinks being poured as offerings. Alcohol wasn't simply a beverage, it was part of religion, culture, and identity. What's amazing is that the basic process hasn't changed much. Modern breweries use advanced equipment. Ancient humans used clay pots, but the secret ingredient is still the same. Yeast, tiny microscopic organisms transforming sugar into alcohol. Ancient people had no idea what yeast was. Yet somehow they mastered fermentation thousands of years before microscopes existed. That's incredibly impressive. The first accidental drinks may have happened tens of thousands of years ago, when people ate naturally fermented fruit, but humans began making alcohol intentionally around 9,000 years ago. And from that moment on, Alcohol became part of nearly every civilization on Earth. It witnessed the rise of cities, the construction of pyramids, the birth of empires, and countless celebrations throughout history, all because one day, someone found some strange fruit on the ground and decided to take a bite. If you love surprising stories from ancient history, make sure to subscribe.